You're locked into the Grizzly Digital Network. It's time for Grizzlies Live. Now, let's go live to the voice of the Grizzlies, Matt Mahoney.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Grizzlies Live here at Newk Eatery. As always, I'm your host, Matt Mahoney, and we're leading things off with head softball coach Kat Ihlenburg. Coach, how are we doing?
Excellent, Matt. How are you?
Excellent.
I am.
Really?
It's a new day.
I like it. I like it.
How am I going to dwell?
See, to me, I'm already thinking about the welcome and the pregame interview, and I'm like, man, how am I going to turn this around? You've already turned it around.
Yeah. I looked at what we did in the season. I know where we're at. We're all right.
Okay.
We'll get there.
24-10.
Mm-hmm.
And today's episode, we've got all three head coaches back on the show.
Yeah.
And so today I want to kind of hit the reset button at the midterm break. So about the halfway point for all the teams so far. And so today I want to hand out some midterm grades. You cool with that?
Yeah, I don't feel good about what I'm about to receive, but we're going to do it. We got it.
All right, so I'm going to give you a category. You give me a letter grade and maybe why or maybe how we can improve
I'll
in
do
that
both.
category. All right, I'll do the first one. It's pretty easy.
Okay.
Ability to score runs. What's our grade?
We're B+, close to an A-. We do score runs. We do. Unfortunately, yesterday we didn't. But like I said, I am going to move forward. We do score runs. I mean, that's the first time we've been shut out in back-to-back games. I don't even know if it's been since 2013.
Yeah.
It's been a long time. So we are capable of scoring runs, and we do have an offense that produces.
Averaging about 6 runs per contest, so a B plus there. All right, this is one that you're going to have to think a little bit. Ability to execute in clutch situations.
We're about a C. I mean, and that's an average grade. You know, if you look at it, you go 5 times, 2 out of 5, 3 out of 5, we're going to come through. Unfortunately, it feels like the 2 out of 5 where we don't come through rears up more than we would want right now. However, we've had 3 walk-off wins this season. You can't argue with that. However, we've had 3 wins where we have the tying or go-ahead run on base, and we don't win that game. So when you look at that, you have to go C because you're just average at executing.
Absolutely. What about the pitching staff here? And I know for you, you've got 5 girls out there that you can start, you can relieve. My first question is it starting to shape a little bit? And then as a whole, how do you grade them?
They're definitely starting to shape. Katie Lang is really establishing herself as a reliever. She was a reliever last year. She had a few starts here and there, but there's just something about the way she comes in with her movement that is so different from the rest of our staff that can be effective. So as a whole, the staff gets a B-. They have great ERAs. They have very good batting averages against. Where the minus comes is our walks. You know, there's just too many in situations that it doesn't matter if the walk scores. I can correlate, Matt, every walk that we've had equals a run on the board.
Wow.
It's a free base runner. So you look back to the game Sunday morning when Taylor pitched, no walks, 2 runs scored, and they were truly on hits. We won that game.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, moving on down the list here. Behind those pitchers, defensively, what kind of grade do we get?
We also get a B-. You know, we had a few miscues yesterday. Specifically, they were mental miscues where we just took our eye off the runner and they scored on it. So when you look at the body of work we put together yesterday, it was 2 innings where they had the multiple run innings, and our offense just was not firing yesterday. Whether we lost our legs, Sunday was so emotional, we just lost our legs and our hitting yesterday. So when you look at what our defense produces, you also go from having 3 mental miscues to give them 3 runs in game 1 to 2 freshmen making a bang-bang play, going third to first to home for a double play to end the inning and prevent a run scoring. So we do a lot of good things defensively. Sharper we are, again, the more we're going to win.
And I think what's a credit to that, too, is ability to make great plays. I know that doesn't make your grade, but they've made some great plays defensively from some seniors and some veterans, and so this team very, very much coming together here. Base running on the base path, what do you think?
Again, I'm going to stick in the B's because I don't think we've achieved above excellence on any of our categories yet. I do think we're a very good base running team. We do steal bases. When we get good reads and the ball's in the dirt, we're aggressive. I mean, I'll give Josie Nunn the green light for that matter, and she's gotten it. But I will also give players like Alyssa Melton and Bershante and Cody Ricketson and Alyssa Hathcote, Tori Heineman, all those young ladies get the green light in situations. If they get thrown out, that's okay. It's my choice to run you, but I want you to be aggressive.
Absolutely. Now a little bit more of the fun categories here. Pre-game hairdos. I know we've seen a lot of different varieties. There's bows, we got hats, we got visors, and then we've got rid of the ear warmers. I think we're past that part now.
I hope.
But what's your letter grade on the hairdos? And is somebody responsible for the majority of the hairdos.
Yeah, you think back to our 30-second interview, and I complimented Taylor Hansis.
That's where I was getting at.
Taylor's the team braider. So I will go in the dugout, which that's kind of like the behind the scenes if you want. Ever just stick your camera on the dugout. Taylor's probably braiding 3 different people's hairs within minutes of going to hit.
Wow.
So pregame hairdos, I give us a solid A.
Nice.
I mean, I think we do a nice job being put together. Alicia Fields is one of the funniest ones. If you ever get her going about hers, it's a French braid, and then she puts the bow like right in the middle up here on the top because she's like Minnie Mouse. Or Mary Burke has to have the swoop because she doesn't like her wispies to get in her eye. Then you have people like Alyssa and Tori who once in a blue moon are going to curl their hair, and that always looks nice. I think it's nice to be a ball player who can also represent themselves well and clean.
Sure, very nice. I like it. All right. Now, you mentioned the 3 walk-off wins already here, and I know there's a lot of newbies on the team here, and a lot of young faces.
Yeah.
What about post-game celebrations? Have you broke that down at all just yet?
I haven't actually watched any of our post-game celebrations. I stood back and didn't join it after, which I'm notorious for running out there. Like, I get so excited, I want to be out there. So I think I need to cool it down a little and just let them have it. But after Brashante hit her hit when we were down, that was a solid post-game celebration.
Yes.
I think our weakest one was the Southern Wesleyan walk-off. It was like, oh, she walked another one. Oh, we won. Okay. So we kind of forget, I think, hey, that's a big moment for the team. It's a win. Yay, we won.
And here's a good rule of thumb, and this I'm cheating here because I got the bird's eye view. I can see everything in front of me. You go to the person who made the hit or the walk,
right?
Not the person who scored the run,
right?
And so what was funny was during the Southern Wesleyan one, Mary Burke, maybe that came home to score, whoever it was there at home plate, turned around, and the dugout went to her. Well, the person who earned it is over there at first base high-fiving Coach I, and it's like, no. So if you score the run, just hang a left whoever hit it, and then the dugout will follow you, and then you always go to who hit it.
Okay, you're giving me new practice ideas, Matt, because we need to change some things up a little bit as we go in, 24 games left to get some things done. We're going to practice some of these better things about softball.
And then again, another little tip here, too. I would say 9 times out of 10, that person's going to be your Grizzly today in the interview. So I know you guys like looking pretty and stuff, so if you mess them up a little bit, it just makes for a better story as well, too.
The Grizzlies are going to get on board with that.
Dirt, mess up their hair a little bit. So you got to earn it.
Your request will be fulfilled. I'm a people pleaser sometimes, to my detriment, but we like it to let it happen.
Well, Coach, I'll let you go on this one here. This is probably the toughest question I'll ask here. What do the Grizzlies need to do to accomplish a grade of an A+ this season?
We need to come together. I know that's going to sound silly because this team is so friendly with each other. We need to come together in the hardest moments. I think the best quote, I get a quote every day from this email service, and it was, I'm paraphrasing it, success fools smart people into thinking they're really good at what they do.
Yeah.
So we had some success, and I think the team went, oh, we're really good. And I always saw the chinks and the chips and the things you need to clean up. So now we need to polish up a little bit. We need to come together realizing, hey, this is what we're about. This is what we stand for. Win or lose, let's do it the Grizzly way.
Absolutely. Well, Coach, thanks for dropping by. Greatly appreciate it.
Thank you, Matt.
What's a time crunch right now? 4 hours till first pitch?
No, we got lunch. I sit on the bucket for a little while. I watch the hairdos being curled. Maybe ask him to put my bow in.
So you got plenty of time.
I got time.
Again, we'll be Grizzly Digital Network. We're going to pack up here, head over to the Grizzly Softball Complex. First pitch at 4 o'clock versus Middle Georgia. We'll have the pregame coverage for you beginning at 3:45. We're going to take a break. We'll come back with head tennis coach Chase Hodges right here on Grizzlies Live at Newk Eatery on the Grizzly Digital Network.
I'm Dr. Ian Potter, Assistant AD for Internal Operations at Georgia Gwinnett College. This year, we are proud to implement Be Great, our new student-athlete development program designed to help student-athletes develop the skills necessary to be successful leaders inside and outside of the classroom. In addition, we are launching the Grizzly Leadership Academy, which provides comprehensive leadership training to a select group of high-potential student-athletes. For more information about our student-athlete development programs, visit grizzlyathletics.com. Enjoy the game and go Grizzlies!
The Georgia Gwinnett Grizzlies compete in the heart of Gwinnett County in Metro Atlanta. The Grizzlies currently field 6 teams and compete at the state-of-the-art Grizzly Athletics Complex. Georgia Gwinnett College is transforming higher education and celebrating 10 years since its charter class in 2005. As you plan your next trip to see the Grizzlies, log on to grizzlyathletics.com and select the Visitor's Guide. From driving directions to local points of interest and a listing of our proud sponsors, log on to grizzlyathletics.com. It's time to gear up, Grizzly fans. Right now, you can find all the latest Grizzly gear to support your team by visiting the Georgia Gwinnett College official bookstore inside the Student Center. Or simply shop online anytime, anywhere by visiting ggc.bncollege.com. From hats and t-shirts to jackets and one-of-a-kind collectibles, you can find it all with the official GGC bookstore. Plus, on game day, be sure to swing by the merchandise table at the stadium. So pick up your favorite item today and show your Grizzly spirit. Go Grizzlies!
Hello, I'm Dr. Darren Wilson, Director of Athletics at Georgia Gwinnett College. Here at Grizzly Athletics, we pride ourselves in our 5 core values: service, leadership, sportsmanship, responsibility, and the pursuit of excellence. Our mission is to develop lifelong leaders of character through academic and athletic excellence. We hope you're enjoying today's broadcast, and we thank you for your support of our program. Go Grizzlies!
Grizzly fans, be sure to join the conversation right now during today's broadcast. You can find us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Grizzly Athletics. Also, be sure to use the hashtag Grizzly Athletics to share your comments, photos, and videos. Don't be left out. You can check out inside updates straight from the Grizzlies, plus see what other fans are talking about. We want to hear from you, so join the Grizzly Athletics conversation right now. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here to Grizzlies Live at Newk City. We're joined now by head tennis coach Chase Hodges. Coach, how we doing?
Great, Matt. How about yourself?
I'm doing all right. We're passing out midterm grades today. Is that okay?
Okay, nice.
Right, so, first of all, quick recap. Yeah. You guys tirelessly hosted the GGC Invitational.
We did. We did.
Both teams came out looking pretty good, though.
Right.
5-0, and again, to paint the picture, this is some of the best NAIA teams in the country.
Right.
Traveled to Lawrenceville. What was your take on the situation? Because I look at it and there's a lot of sweeps there, and of course we come out of it a 5-0 record.
Yeah, it was a lot of tennis in a short amount of time, and I was really proud of both teams. I thought we played extremely well, picked up a lot of wins, and we knew when we scheduled it that it was going to be difficult in terms of playing double headers and really not having any matches off or any days off, and it was nice to get through that. And it was one of those points in the season where I'd have to check that off and give us an A for the performance over the weekend.
Nice.
And it's just something that from the women's side we really needed that to get a couple of victories under our belt. They've won quite a few in a row now, so I think their confidence is high. And then obviously the men staying undefeated was huge.
Is it more about playing 5 games in 4 days versus coming out with a win or a loss?
I think it's a little bit of both. You want to get those victories, but with that being said, you also want to test your team and see how tough they are physically.
Yeah.
And we were able to see that our players can withstand that. And when we go to Mobile in May, this is something that we can look back on and say, hey, we were prepared for it.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so we're going to find out the Grizzlies here, a little midterm report card with head coach. Let's talk about the Grizzly women's tennis team first, okay? So I'm going to give you a category, give me a grade.
All right.
We may have cheated here already. Conditioning.
That's a good question. I'd give us on the women's side, we're definitely improved from last year. I'd give us a B+.
Sure.
We want to get into that A range heading into Mobile, but the ladies, we're definitely going to have to get some more morning workouts going eventually, and we'll also get some workouts from afternoon suicides type conditioning, but they're getting there. I think all in all they'll be there. The goal is to be in an A when we go to Mobile, and we're heading there. We're not there yet, but we'll get there.
And you may find this one and the same with toughness, but have they faced any sort of adversity so far this year? What kind of grade do you give them in that toughness category?
Yeah, I'd give us an A- there. I definitely think that we're getting better and better. I know that getting those victories that we had last weekend was great. We did face some adversity. Playing Eatery, wasn't the result that we wanted, but I thought that they've rebounded very well, and that's something that you can grade toughness in terms of how you rebound after a loss. And I give us an A- there.
Excellent. Strength of schedule this season so far.
Yeah, I think it's an A. I mean, especially moving forward, we're getting ready to play. We're going to play Clayton State on Friday, and then next week we play Williams, who's the #1 Division III team in America, ranked ahead of Eatery. So we got a lot of tough tests, especially with our Florida trip coming up. So our strength of schedule is definitely an A.
Doubles play.
Doubles play is an A, maybe A+, which is the 3 teams that we have are playing extremely well together. With Sophie and Val at that number 1 spot. I think when the new individual rankings come out, that's going to be the number 1 doubles team in the NAIA. They beat the number 1 and number 2 doubles teams over the weekend. They beat the top team from Cumberland, was ranked 2 in the nation, and the top team from Indiana Wesleyan was the number 1 team in the nation, and they beat both of them. So our number 1 team is performing at an A+.
Wow.
Kiara and Alone at that 2 spot, A+ as well. They're picking up victories. Helga and Clara, we threw them together. They got nothing but victories for us, so A+ all the way up and down for those 3 doubles teams.
Love it. What about singles play?
Singles play A, definitely where we need to be. We've been doing some adjustments with the lineup. We've been making some moves in terms of moving people around, moving some people up, moving some people down, but everybody's responded to it very well. And I think when you look at our lineup 1 through 6, we really don't have any type of weaknesses in that lineup. We feel really good about where each female is and where they can get wins for us.
Excellent, very nice.
Yeah.
Overall record at this point, or overall grade at this point of the season?
Well, you want to be at an A+.
Sure.
So we're not there. I'd say A-, A
Sure.
range.
Sure.
We're definitely if you grade on a 90 to 100 scale.
Yes.
I'd put us at about 90, 91.
Okay. All right.
91.
Because back when I was in elementary
91.5.
school, yeah, okay. Back when I was in elementary school, you had to get 94 to get that
It's gotten
A.
tougher now.
They changed it.
It's
now.
not as tough now.
Correct. It's a lot easier.
Yeah.
Okay,
It was
all right.
93 when I was in school.
All right.
93 to 100 was an A.
Yeah. Now you get a 90. You get an A.
90, you get an A.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, let's flip things over to the men's side.
All right.
Grizzly men's tennis. Conditioning.
D's, we're doing no kidding. Conditioning, well, we got a morning workout tomorrow at 7 a.m. with James Williams on the soccer field.
Okay.
We're going to see where they stand from a conditioning standpoint, but up until this point, definitely an A. The fitness level is pretty solid. We want to improve on that, but definitely got to give them an A on that.
I got a feeling this is going to be a running theme. Strength of schedule.
Did you skip toughness?
Well, I was going to circle back.
Okay,
around to
strength of schedule. A.
Okay.
We want to play the most difficult teams that we can. So a lot of that is out of their control.
Sure.
But with the teams that we have played, they've risen to the occasion and got it done. So I got to give them an A.
Yeah. Doubles play.
Doubles play is an A.
Okay, we're still coming with a 4.0 so far. Singles play.
Singles play is an A.
Okay, all right. So we're still getting a 4.0.
Yeah.
Give me a category we don't have an A in that you want to improve on. I think that's where you're going with toughness. Give me a category that we have to improve on because it's not an A at this point.
That's a good question, man.
Wow. The icing on the cake.
No, I mean, one thing that we could get better in, I think, is that's tough. I think day in and day out, we're going to have to come in with that intensity that is going to be needed to three-peat.
Sure.
And maybe they're already at an A there, but I don't know.
Right.
Actually, I don't
True.
know. So,
True.
We're in a position where when you're trying to three-peat, we talked about it. This is the home stretch of the season. We got 2 months left.
Yep.
So we need to make sure that when they come to practice every day, they're not wasting anybody's time. They got that mentality that they're going to get 1% better every day, whatever it takes. So that's something that remains to be seen, and we'll see if we can perform at an A level from that standpoint. Then we could be looking at a three-peat.
Nice. Well, and here's the icing on the cake for me what's our actual midterm report card for men's tennis? What were the actual grades academically?
We pretty much got all A's. Yeah. So it's going to be. I mean, I think last semester we had close to a 3.7.
Yeah.
So that's pretty solid.
And then I'll leave you with this one. I'll let
Sure.
you ask you this question. You can answer it for the men and the women. I
Sure.
think it's the same answer. But what would the Grizzlies need to accomplish this season in order to get an A+ on the year?
Well, obviously, we always talk about tennis performance, but, what they do in the classroom, they are student athletes, so we want them to get it done academically. Obviously, that's something that's going to be very important. But from a tennis standpoint, the men three-peating gives us that A+.
Yeah.
For the ladies, being in a position, for me, being in a position to win a national championship is what we're looking to do. Obviously, the goal is to win the national championship. we're going to be right there when it really matters. And really, I think with the women, if we're going to win it, it's really just going to come down to our fitness level and how we feel from a conditioning standpoint. That's what we really need to emphasize over these last 2 months. And you've seen our women play. We're really starting to turn the corner right now. I'm starting to feel really good about our progress. We do have a ton of tough matches coming up.
Yeah.
It's really going to test the ladies, but we'll be there when it matters.
And you mentioned Friday, or a little schedule change there. We're going to go to Clayton State on Friday versus playing at home on Saturday. 2 o'clock first service?
It's going to be Friday, 1 o'clock.
1 o'clock first service. So if you're in the neighborhood of Clayton State, come on out and support the Grizzlies, and they'll be back here to Lawrenceville at the new GGC tennis facility rather soon.
Absolutely.
Coach, thanks for dropping by.
Hey, appreciate it. Thank you.
We'll take a break. Actually, what we're going to do right now is we're going to toss things to our Grizzly Spotlight with Grizzly women's tennis very own Chiara DeSalvo. When we come back after the break, we'll have head coach Brad Stromdahl right here on the Grizzly Digital Network.
Internal operations at Georgia Gwinnett College. This year, we are proud to implement Be Great, our new student athlete development program designed to help student athletes develop the skills necessary to be successful leaders inside and outside of the classroom. In addition, we are launching the Grizzly Leadership Academy, which provides comprehensive leadership training to a select group of high-potential student athletes. For more information about our student athlete development programs, visit grizzlyathletics.com. Enjoy the game and go Grizzlies!
The Georgia Gwinnett Grizzlies compete in the heart of Gwinnett County in Metro Atlanta. The Grizzlies currently field 6 teams and compete at the state-of-the-art Grizzly Athletics Complex. Georgia Gwinnett College is transforming higher education and celebrating 10 years since its charter class in 2005. As you plan your next trip to see the Grizzlies, log on to grizzlyathletics.com and select the Visitor's Guide. From driving directions to local points of interest and a listing of our proud sponsors, log on to grizzlyathletics.com.
Great team, great coaches, and new friends. That I speak Japanese and Chinese. When we won the national championship. My family and God. Yeah, I do always decide of whenever I'm going to play, the bottle is going to the brand that side. My rackets, shoes, and my phone. Valeria, and she's yay! The girl with black hair and in pink shirt, that's her. Ferrari for my dad.
Grizzly fans, be sure to join the conversation right now during today's broadcast. You can find us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Grizzly Athletics. Also, be sure to use the hashtag Grizzly Athletics to share your comments, photos, and videos. Don't be left out. You can check out inside updates straight from the Grizzlies, plus see what other fans are talking about. We want to hear from you, so join the Grizzly Athletics conversation right now. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here at Grizzlies Live at Newk City. We're joined now by head baseball coach Brad Stromdahl. Coach, how we doing?
Good, Matt. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. You know what I'm going to talk about, right?
Probably.
New poll came out yesterday. We move up a couple of spots. We're number 3.
Yeah.
25-1 on the season. Things are going pretty good, right?
Things are where we want them to be, for sure.
So what's your assessment so far about the halfway point of the season?
I mean, you couldn't ask for a better position to be in. If you said you're going to be number 3 in the country and 25-1, you say, I'll sign up for that any day of the week. So great first half, and now we have a challenging second half ahead of us.
I have a really terrible question to ask.
Okay.
After the loss on Saturday, how did the Grizzlies take it? Because in my mind, I can only think like, wow, that feeling we haven't felt in like 10 months.
Sure.
Did they forget what losing felt like?
Yeah, we didn't even talk after the game. We just kind of let them go. I mean, it's baseball. It's going to happen. Eventually, it's going to. If just the ball didn't fall the right way, and I mean everything went their way, which was fine. We didn't. I'm happy with the loss in terms of we didn't blow it ourselves. We didn't stumble over ourselves. We were just straight up beat, and that's what you ask for. I mean, if you're going to get beat, just get beat. And they did that, and it was a tough weekend all the way around. But we'll just take it as it is and move on, and look forward to Ohio State Lineman this weekend, and then a challenging back half of the schedule.
Yeah, absolutely. Today we're talking about little midterm report cards from Coach about his team. So I'm going to give you a category, you give me a letter grade, okay? All right, first one, base running.
Between an A- and an A.
All right, I'll take it. Leading the world in stolen bases.
Yeah, but that's all relative. We can still get a lot better. So it's an A-. I would say A-, but it's still pretty good.
Absolutely.
Still gets you an A.
Yeah. Hitting for power.
Hitting for power?
Yeah.
At home or on the road?
I'll say at home, because that's what I've seen the
most. At home? C+.
Sure.
We got a lot of doubles.
I was about to say, because the ball doesn't carry at our park a whole lot.
Yeah, we live in a graveyard. The ball doesn't go out ever.
No,
so it's like it's a kind of an invalid question.
Sure,
really.
absolutely.
So on the road, we'll go B+.
Okay, all right.
Okay. But at home, But
you can still have power gap.
Yeah, it's got one of those little asterisk things. It doesn't, it's on the road.
Hitting for average.
We're probably B. We're striking out a little bit too much. We're chasing too much. Probably B-.
Okay.
Probably B-. So we're okay. I think that there's 4 guys at the top that are really doing well, and there's 5 guys at the bottom, 7 guys at the bottom who can definitely do better. If you compare it to last year's team and the previous teams, we had 10 guys that hit 360. Now we have 4 or 5 guys that are hitting 460 and 4 or 5 guys hitting, between 290 and 310, 320. So I think there's room for improvement. It's really putting the ball in play and doing what you're supposed to do in terms of just making sure you stick to your game plan.
Absolutely. We're going to divide the pitchers in 2 different categories here. Starting pitching.
A-.
Okay. All right. Happy with their progress so far?
Yeah, no, it's great. That's the reason why we're 25-1 for sure. It's not even close. There is no other reason besides our starting pitching. Uric, Solomon, Oglesby, and Clark, and Davis.
Yeah,
could throw him as a starter.
Well, that's what I was going to ask next. Is Davis a part of this bullpen?
He's a part of it. He's always hot every day.
Unreal.
Absolutely.
Give me a grade for the bullpen.
It's a B+. They've done a really good job. Davis increases the plus part of it. We got to get some more innings and some more ride time for some of those guys on the back half to give you a full-on letter grade. But for the most part, I think we're doing really well. Pitching staff is the heart and soul of this team right now. They're the reason why we're doing so well. And I would say overall, it's got to be a very, very high grade for all of them combined.
Sure. Defense.
Defense, probably B+. I think we have a pretty good shortstop.
Yeah.
I think we have a pretty good third baseman. Our second baseman's pretty good. It's all the little stuff. You look at it from a fan's point of view, and I think it's probably an A. From a coaching standpoint of view, it's probably closer to a B, B-.
Sure.
There's just things we can do. We can position ourselves better. We can know who's up to bat. We can know who's done what in their previous at-bats a little bit better.
Yeah.
Just the knowledge and the depth and the layers to the information that is at hand and present, and then how to utilize that within the game.
Sure. What's the greatest area of improvement the Grizzlies could move forward on starting today? I don't want to say a weakness, but there's an area of the game we got to improve on.
We still got to get better at base running. Ball and dirt, really being more aggressive going first to third. I think that our bunting game definitely needs to improve, but sometimes it's hard to bunt when you're up 10. It's hard to bunt sometimes when it's a tie game, close game. You're trying to drive in a run, but offensively, our that part of it, the bunting, and then swinging out of the zone, which I thought we were terrible at on Thursday. Got better at Friday. Got better at Saturday. So hopefully that continues into this weekend and into the next couple weeks.
Sure. I asked Kat and Chase the same question. I'll pose it to you. What would the Grizzlies need to accomplish this season to earn an A+?
An A plus?
overall?
An A plus or an A?
A plus.
You know, some schools that don't give pluses, they just give an A and a B and a C.
We're handing out A pluses here on the Grizzlies.
Well, obviously, I mean, you know, I would think that it would be, you know, going to the World Series and putting forth a very competitive effort. I don't think it's necessarily winning the World Series, but I definitely think it's not 2 and Q. It's going in there, winning some games, being competitive. You know, when you play at the highest level, you just want to give yourself a chance to be there, and I think that would be an A plus. And then on the back half of that is, you know, just getting some guys to get through their classes and make sure that, you know, we're taking that next step towards graduation and doing what we needed to do as the student athletes. So I think that would be the A plus, is having everybody, you know, finish what they're supposed to do in the classroom this year, and then you know, give ourselves a competitive advantage to be able to win the World Series in that game or in a game prior to that. You know, just, you know, sometimes you finish third or fourth, and that's the way it was going to roll that year. So
absolutely. Well, Coach, before I let you off the hook here, Grizzlies got a 4-game set coming up with Ohio State Lima, and then next Tuesday. Is it okay if I circle Tuesday night game for you?
Sure.
Number 1 Faulkner coming to town. Remember the last time they came to town with the number 1 ranking?
Did we win?
Yeah. Bottom of the 10th walk-off.
It's great.
5-4 last year.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it.
Me too. It'll be fun. It's going to be a fun experience. It's going to be a fun game, and we're going to see where we're at. We're going to see definitely what we need to do better to get that, hopefully that A plus for you at the end of the year.
Hey, don't do it for me by any stretch of the imagination. Coach, thanks so much for dropping by.
Thanks,
I really
man.
appreciate it. We're going to take a break, but before we go there, we're going to take a quick peek here at our tweet of the week. And Coach, you were a part of this, believe it or not. But our newest friend over at Fox 5 and Blaine Cummett was at the game this past Friday and shot some great footage, captured some great highlights, and we were featured on Fox 5 Atlanta on the 6 o'clock news, and Blaine tweeted at us, and so he's our tweet of the week here.
That's awesome.
Pretty cool.
Blaine did a good job too. I mean, it was a great little segment, and hopefully they're able to come out more.
Next time we go 25-1, we'll expect them back out there again.
We'll do our best.
50-2,
we'll do our best, right? Which is not bad.
No, it's not that bad at all. So now we'll take a break here. Again, we'll come back, put a nice little bow on this show. You're watching Grizzlies Live with Newk Eatery on the Grizzly Digital Network. Grizzly fans, be sure to join the conversation right now during today's broadcast. You can find us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Grizzly Athletics. Also, be sure to use the hashtag Grizzly Athletics to share your comments, photos, and videos. Don't be left out. You can check out inside updates straight from the Grizzlies, plus see what other fans are talking about. We want to hear from you, so join the Grizzly Athletics conversation right now.
Hi, I'm Dr. Ian Potter, Assistant AD for Internal Operations at Georgia Gwinnett College. This year, we are proud to implement Be Great, our new student athlete development program designed to help student athletes develop the skills necessary to be successful leaders inside and outside of the classroom. In addition, we are launching the Grizzly Leadership Academy, which provides comprehensive leadership training to a select group of high-potential student athletes. For more information about our student athlete development programs, visit grizzlyathletics.com. Enjoy the game and go Grizzlies!
Hello, I'm Dr. Darren Wilson, Director of Athletics at Georgia Gwinnett College. Here at Grizzly Athletics, we pride ourselves in our 5 core values: service, leadership, sportsmanship, responsibility, and the pursuit of excellence. Our mission is to develop lifelong leaders of character through academic and athletic excellence. We hope you're enjoying today's broadcast, and we thank you for your support of our program. Go Grizzlies!
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here to Grizzlies Live at Newk Eatery. Big thanks to Kat, Chase, and Brad for being on the show here. Is busy time for them. They're in the middle of not only their regular season, but recruiting season, midterm reports in terms of getting their athletes in line academically. And so really appreciate having them on the show here today to try to get everybody dialed in for that stretch run. All 3 of them talked about it. We're at the turning point of the season where you try to get all full steam ahead toward that postseason in May. So for right now, we're going to see if you guys are dialed in here on social media. We're going to toss the Grizzly trivia question up on social media. And so, Colin, whenever you're ready there, who was the last number 1 team Grizzly baseball team defeated? Coach Stromdahl and I were just talking about it a little bit there. Really looking forward to the matchup on Tuesday as well. Maybe give a little hint as we get some multiple choice here. Is it A, Tennessee Wesleyan, B, St. Thomas, C, Faulkner, or D, Cal State San Marcos? And again, you're vying for this Grizzly prize pack here. Tweet us the correct answer when was the last number 1 team Grizzly baseball defeated? And again, first correct answer will win that Grizzly prize pack. Promos coming at you right now. Grizzly softball going to be in action this afternoon versus Middle Georgia. First pitch at 4 o'clock. We'll have that coverage for you live right here on the Grizzly Digital Network. Pregame show starting at 3:45. Changing the broadcast schedule, which will allow us to broadcast the entire 4-game series with Ohio State Lima starting Friday night, doubleheader on Friday, and then the change in the broadcast will bring you baseball on Saturday at 1 o'clock. Do not forget, Friday night, the second game, 4 o'clock, it's going to be Military Appreciation Day. All active duty and veterans, free admission to the ball game. We've got a ton of great activities planned for you here. It's going to be an awesome environment. So even if you're not associated with the military, please come out to the ballpark. It's going to be a great, great night for some high-quality baseball, and you're not going to want to miss it. Of course, we'll have all that for you here on the Grizzly Digital Network. The broadcast schedule change is Grizzly women's tennis will not play at home on Saturday versus Clayton State. They will actually travel to Clayton State on Friday at 1 o'clock. So we've minus 1 women's tennis broadcast and added 1 baseball broadcast for Saturday. So get on our website, grizzlyathletics.com, as always, for the latest information, including the latest broadcast schedule. Whew, 1, 2, 3 thumbs up, even from Stephanie. Greatly appreciate everybody tuned in here as I'm Matt Mahoney signing off, saying so long, everybody. This is the Grizzly Digital Network.
We'd like to thank our corporate sponsors for making today's broadcast possible. You can watch archive broadcasts and feature stories in the On Demand tab of the Grizzly Digital Network. For the most recent information, log on to grizzlyathletics.com.